Harvey's 23, he's living at home with his mum and dad and only pays £150 in rent. No mortgage, no childcare, no real bills to speak of. And yet somehow he's got absolutely nothing to show for it. Now most people blame the cost of living for why they can't save anything, but Harvey's paying £150 in rent here and still has nothing left. We definitely cannot blame the cost of living here, so let's figure out what we can blame. So what can you expect in today's video? Well, today's video is pretty crazy because we have never seen a potential retirement fund this big on the channel so far. Spoiler alert, it is a big number. You'll also see how this young lad's gambling is a £1.7 million problem. But to be fair, the lad is only 23, so there is plenty of time to get this right. Hopefully you guys can take something from this video for your own finances as well. There's plenty to unpack, so let's get into it. So let's take a look at who we're dealing with here. We've got Harvey, the 23-year-old, working a pretty basic entry-level admin job. He's currently earning £22,000 a year, but he is living with his parents, as we mentioned, and that rent is just £150 a month. He's currently got no savings that isn't set aside for his holiday pot over the summer, but he also has no debt. Harvey's also an Everton fan, which is pretty unfortunate for him. Why is this relevant? Well, we're going to find out very soon. I mean, based on what we know so far, Harvey's pretty much immune to any kind of cost of living crisis, so it's going to be interesting to see where this one goes. Alright, so let's check out Harvey's bank statement. Let's see what's really going wrong here. And as always, we don't show the person's real pictures, so today we've gone for Harvey from Suits. Suits is a pretty old series at this point, but it is very good, so check it out. The first thing you'll notice is the balance is £25 for the month. That is what we've got left after all of the spend. But if the rent is only £150, then where is it going? And that's what we're going to get into now. So based on Harvey's 22k a year salary, he's coming out every month with £1,530-ish. Now this isn't the biggest salary in the world, it's not the biggest take home in the world, but when you're living at home with your parents and your rent is less than 10% of your income, you're in a pretty good position to start building some wealth. And that takes us on to the essential spend category, which isn't very big in Harvey's case. He's got the rent at £150 and then travel at £90. He doesn't have a car at this point, so that's pretty much just public transport and taxes. And this is the most basic and simple essential spend that we've ever had on this channel. In total, the essential spend is coming to £240 every month, which is just 15% of that take home. This is a huge opportunity. And when it comes to the yellow category, which is the allow it category, there isn't really much more than that. First of all, we've got that holiday fund that we mentioned not long ago, £120 going into that pot every single month. I mean, Harvey has got the right idea here. He's not putting the holiday on a credit card, he is saving up in advance, which is a good step in the right direction. We've got subscriptions for £90 a month, and considering this does include his phone bill, I don't think this is too bad. And then we've got the Everton season ticket at £65 a month. Now, some people watching might think this should be in the red category. It isn't really an essential spend. It isn't really to be allowed. But I disagree with this because Harvey is a young lad. He's 23 years old and he should be enjoying his young life. The £65 a month at 23 to go and watch his team playing every home game isn't really the problem here. But unfortunately, it does tie into some of the other problems because going to these games creates overspend. And that's what we're going to get into next. So the total for the allow it category comes to £275, which again is just 18% of that take home. So far for the green and yellow category, the essentials and the things that we will allow, this comes to around a third of his take home, which means 2/3 of his salary left, but only one category left, which is the red. So you can probably see where this one's going. And it's been very easy to categorize this bank statement because there isn't an awful lot of variety going on. I guess that could be quite typical of the average 23-year-old living at home with his parents. So the first big problem that we find in the come on mate category is the gambling. Now we've spoken about gambling on this channel before and we all know that it is very bad and it is a slippery slope. In the month of May, Harvey spent £410 on gambling alone. And yeah, this was a bunch of smaller deposits over the course of the month, but that doesn't really make it any better. And I believe that this goes hand in hand with the season ticket because when you go to the game, sometimes you think you'll just put that cheeky little bet on, but them cheeky little bets all add up. Next, we've got fast food / lunch at £320 per month. Here we're talking about the takeaway deliveries at the weekend. We're talking about the meal deals going into work. We're talking about a stop at the burger van on the way into the ground. I mean, when you put this into perspective, that over 20% of Harvey's take home is going directly to food when his mum and dad are still paying for all of his meals at home, it's kind of a question mark. And then to wrap the statement up, we have the social spend at £260. And this time we're talking about the nights out, the drinks at the bars, the quick pint after the game, this kind of stuff. The total for the come on mate category comes to just under £1,000, £990 a month, basically just being wasted. And this tallies up to approximately 65% of that take home. Now, I do want to make one thing clear. I'm not saying that Harvey shouldn't enjoy his life. He still needs to have fun. He's a 23-year-old lad at the end of the day. But as we've mentioned time and time again on this channel, balance is key, and that's why it's important to run the numbers and to put this into perspective. And because of his age, because of how long he's got to let this retirement fund keep compounding, the numbers are absolutely crazy. And that's what we need to break down and take a look at right now. So let's tally up these numbers and see what Harvey's retirement could realistically be in the future. Now, we're gonna leave the green and the yellow categories alone today. We don't need to touch them. They're pretty minimal as they are. And then we'll get started with the most wild number of them all. So if we took all of that come on mate spending that we mentioned, that £990 per month, and we invested that into the S&P 500, which historically returns an average of 10% per year. And then we let that run for the next 37 years, consistent over that time, taking Harvey to the age of 60. This is going to give him a retirement fund of over £4.1 million. And of course, this will be tax-free because he will be able to utilise a stocks and shares ISA. But I know what you're thinking, this is not realistic, and it's not. So let's change up the numbers. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all of that gambling spend and just 50% of the food. So he can still get the occasional takeaway, he can still get his meal deals, whatever he chooses to prioritize. That is not what I'm concerned about. But if we cut that total spend down by 50% and cut the gambling out completely, we're left with around £570 per month to invest. Now, you may have noticed that I've left the social spend alone there. I've not even tried to cut that down. So the nights out, the bars, the drinking, you know, he's a 23-year-old lad, as we mentioned. So I think if he wants to go out and enjoy himself, he absolutely can, as long as he's paying himself for the future. That's all I care about here. And I think that's a big lesson that maybe you guys can take from this video as well. It's, you don't need to cut absolutely everything out. You just need to find what your priorities are and start to balance it. So as we mentioned, that £570 per month. Now, again, over the 37 years at an average return of 10%, we're looking at £2.3 million still. Now, considering these numbers were more than fair in my opinion, and for it to pretty much guarantee you to become a multi-millionaire in the future, it doesn't sound like a bad deal. And just to show the gamblers what that is costing him in the long run alone, like we mentioned earlier, again, 10% a year over the time frame, it's going to be around £1.7 million. And to me, this just shows that gambling is a complete mugs game. Trust me, if you make the swap from gambling to investing, you are still going to get that dopamine hit when you see your net worth start to increase. And just to let you guys know, these bank statement breakdown videos are going out every single week, every Sunday without fail. So if you do want to see more of them, feel free to subscribe to the channel and check them out. And also, if you want me to check out your bank statement and see where you can start building for financial freedom, feel free to check out the Google form down below. You'll be able to provide all of the details that we need to go away, figure it out, and then put a video together. And of course, just like this video, you will be kept anonymous. All right, so let's put a very simple roadmap in place to get Harvey going in the right direction here. So first of all, very simple, we need to cut the gambling out here. If you've got the discipline to stop by yourself, of course, that's great. But if you can't, then there are tools in place to help you do so, such as the support website, such as if you close down the accounts, they're very difficult to get back up and running. And although this may feel like a big step that you're quite hesitant about, trust me on this one, your future self will thank you. And then step 2 is to start investing. Like I mentioned, you are going to get that dopamine rush that you're looking for when you start to see that net worth just go up and up and up. It is a very rewarding feeling, and the best thing about this is it isn't going to take any time at all. Harvey's not in a position here where he's paying off credit cards first for the next 12 months to get clear, and then he can really kick on. If he really wanted to, he can literally stop gambling tomorrow, and then he can start investing on the next payday. And I get it, these can be some pretty big changes for the average 23-year-old, but if he puts his mature head on, if he really looks at this and looks at the bigger picture, it's going to be a brilliant decision in the long term. But the thing is, for most of you, gambling isn't going to be the only problem. There is another thing that we know as lifestyle creep. Recently, we took a look at Tom, a finance bro living in London, who was suffering from not just the cost of living in London, but the lifestyle creep that comes with it. Granted, the overheads in London were pretty crazy, but also the debt was even crazier. We're talking almost £20,000 in credit card debt, personal loans, and buy now, pay later plans. So if that video sounds a little relatable for you, then I will put a link somewhere on the screen right now so you can go ahead and check it out.